Good day, everyone. This is Michael Benarzik, and I am bringing you another epic chess game. I enjoy this game because it's very conservative, even though there's a lot of trade-offs. The board stays pretty close with the pawns, no big pawn trades, which at the beginning is just very annoying for me. Okay, let's start. I open with my king's pawn, making way for this bishop to get out and the queen to get out. It's my favorite white squared or white piece opening. And he opens with that pawn. I move up this pawn hoping to control the center with my board because every chess player knows that the center, he who controls the center, controls the board. And all your pieces are a little bit stronger in the center. So he contests my center strength. I don't want to take with this pawn because if I take, he takes with his pawn, and now he has two pawns in the center to my one. So I move up, and this is basically setting the tone for the game. I'm controlling the dark squares. See, I'm attacking these two squares. He's controlling the white squares. He's attacking these two squares in the center. So this means that the white squared bishop for him is going to be important, and the brown squared bishop for me is going to be important. So he develops his knight, hoping to put his bishop over here and attack my queen. I stop that by moving my pawn. He decides to still develop his white squared bishop. I decide that this is going to be a good time to try to take it. His white squared bishop is powerful for him because he is controlling the white squares, and I take that away from him right now. Develop. I'm getting ready to castle, so whenever I need to, I can. He moves up his pawn to attack my pawn. I decide to add another defender. He moves his pawn up. This closes the game. Now the game is really not going too far with the pawns. Now I want to attack the king side. I've decided that because if you look, the pawns are pointing in basically which direction each player should attack. So I get my knight over there. He takes my knight. I have no problem taking with my pawn. Usually you do not want to double up your pawns, but because I'm attacking this side, it adds an extra pawn closer to his king, and when I castle, my rook is going to be on a semi-open file. It's semi-open because he has a pawn left. I castle, just normal moves, attacking his side. Now I want to get rid of his dark squared bishop because, like I said, my dark squared bishop's important to me. If I could get rid of his, that gives me an advantage. And plus, it forces him to take his resources away from the side he would like to attack. And now he's forced to come to that side. Now he has to play defensively. Here, I move my bishop and my queen over here in the hopes of moving my pawn up here. He won't have enough to defend his position. He moves his pawn up. I think this might be a mistake. I haven't really looked into it too much. But now I can basically freely move in here. This is a huge mistake for him because now when I move my bishop up, I'll be forking his queen and his knight. He doesn't want to lose his queen, so his queen's forced to move. Queen moves. I take his free knight. Now I'm up 3 points in material. This is important because for the rest of the game, I'm going to decide to try to trade off. And now I have an opportunity to try to trade off. His queen only has one place to move. I'm sure if he makes too many mistakes when he moves his queen here, the game will be won for me. So he trades. And I'm just moving up. He activates his king. I activate my king. Moving through it. Now, this is just standard play. Trade off again. I don't care. 5 points for 5 points is more than enough for me. He's trying to break up open on this left side, but it's not going to happen because I'm not going to move my pawns. I'm just taking. I tried to get another trade. He denies it. He runs away instead. And now I think this might be a mistake. I was always told, try to keep your king in the center of the board towards the end of the game. He decides to throw his king in a corner. This basically gets him trapped. I set him up for a nice little checkmate. He quits. This game was kind of important to me because at the time this player was 100 points higher than me, which is pretty significant. And also it's a timed game. It's 10 minutes for each player to make all their moves. if a player doesn't make all of his moves before his own time runs out, he loses the game. I think I was running pretty short on time, but I ended up pulling this one out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.